The next leg of this journey is to drive into Castle Mountains National Monument. This is another fairly new national monument. It was established in 2016 by President Obama. It borders on Mojave Preserve, and one of the hikes that I'm thinking of doing actually crosses between the two areas. I am feeling slightly intimidated, I have to admit. The roads are supposed to be pretty rough. I'm in a rental car, so I'm going to go on the road that is supposed to be the best, which is Walking Box Ranch Road. This is another stretch of the journey that will be off-trail travel. And after completing my Aviquame adventure, I've found that my off-trail hiking is taking a lot longer than I expected because you're beating your path, weaving your way through bushes, occasionally getting attacked by vicious cacti. So it's just a much slower rate of travel than I'm used to, and that is going to have to factor into my plans for how far I hike. So I don't know, all around, this is going to be an adventure where I just have to see what happens. I had 2 potential hike and backpack nights planned here, but they sort of depended on whether I was able to park without getting stuck in sand. The first option didn't really work. There were no little pullover spots, but this one near Heart Peak has a nice little spot. So I think I'm going to stay here, hike in, explore Heart Peak, and do that. The castle peaks are over there on the other side of the trail. That was my option A. However, it also looks like a wildfire went through there and burned all the Joshua trees, so the landscape's looking a little bleak right now. I've started my journey toward Heart Peak. My goal is to camp in the small valley next to the peak. To prepare for this trip, I studied topographic maps and mapped my own route on the Gaia app. There's a few other peaks to that side, which I will keep to my left as I walk toward Heart Peak, which is over there. I have a printed version of the map with me, as well as my phone app version and multiple power banks. I think I'm going to camp here. There's a lot of wind right now. I'm not sure if it's going to die down completely tonight. I noticed as I was walking through the sandy wash, this place is a little bit more sheltered because of the cliff that's behind me. Also, I think if I keep going, it's just going to keep getting steeper and steeper. So I think I'm going to set up a little base camp here, maybe explore this area a little bit, and try getting up to Heart Peak tomorrow, although parts of it look pretty steep, so I'm not sure how far I'll be able to go, but I am curious to at least go a little bit of the way up the peak. It's only 3:30 p.m., but I don't want to be rushed like I was yesterday with the sunset, and also my tent is still a little bit wet from the condensation from last night, so it'll be good to let it dry out while the sun is still warm. Tent is all set up. I got a rip in my down jacket, probably from one of the many sharp plants around here, and the down is coming out. That's not good, so I'm going to tape it. This is the map I made showing my rough route toward Heart Peak. I'm about halfway through the middle of the route, camped in that sandy wash that's shown by these lines. So I think what I'm going to try to do is go up this wash more and then try to approach the peak from this side. This part that I'm looking at is the really steep cliff. I mean, this is pretty steep too, so I may not be able to get up there, but I at least want to explore the lower part of the peak. And then if I can't get up to the peak, I think I might loop back around, check some of these areas out, and then come back down. I'm going to leave my tent up for now. I'll pack it up on the way out. Baby barrel cactus, just about as wide as my hand. almost at the top. This is definitely getting a little bit sketchy. There was a really steep gravel slope that was very hard to get up. A little nervous about getting down. I think I'm gonna have to be really patient. I'm a little nervous to leave my pack behind because it has my food, water, and a sleeping bag in there just in case. So I'm gonna keep my pack with me. It is lighter because I left some of my stuff down at the base camp, and I'm gonna try to get up this little spot, which I think I can scramble. Let's see. I am pretty close to the top. It was pretty sketchy getting up here. I'm not totally sure it was a great idea. It was kind of tough because when I was there, I was like, well, I might as well keep going, but that's how people get themselves into trouble. So hopefully that's not how this ends. I'm gonna have to be really careful going down. I think I might have to lower my pack ahead of me, which I don't have rope for. I should probably have brought rope for this. This is what remains of getting to the top. It looks definitely a bit questionable, and I think I've had enough of that for today. It's a little tough to enjoy the view when I know that I have a difficult and slightly scary down climb ahead of me, so I think I'm going to get started on that so that I have plenty of time to just be very patient and very cautious. This is the slope that I came up. The scrambling is not terrible, although it is a little bit steep in parts. The thing that's really tricky is there's lots of loose rock and gravel. Okay, I got down safely from the highest part. That rock up there, that's where I was. It was pretty difficult. I had to throw my pack down at one point. And yeah. And that's why there's no trail here. Now I have to go down this slope. It will be tricky, but I think it's gonna be okay. I'm willing to scoot on my butt if I need to all the way. I have made my way down from the most terrifying part of the scramble. I'm now on what is like a 45-degree rocky slope, and this part is really tricky, so it's gonna take me some time to slowly navigate. Even the parts of the rock that appear to be more solid, there's like little pieces flaking off. As the rock climbers say, it's very chossy, so it's hard to find good footholds, and I have to be really careful because even rocks that appear to be solid sometimes are not. I am almost done with this hellish slope. There's still a decent way to go. I have been alternately scooting on my butt, doing a crab walk, and rolling my pack downhill. I'm starting to get hungry. It's almost lunchtime, so even though I'm tempted to keep going, I'm gonna stop for a lunch break because I get a little bit clumsy when I'm hungry, and that is something I really don't need to be right now. Check out this cool crystal. Only the most advanced hikers know this secret technique. Don't try this at home. Remember, kids, always check what's at the bottom of your route before letting gravity take the wheel. You don't want to run into one of these. I am finally back on safer ground and very grateful to be. That's where I came from. Well, Heart Peak, it's been real. I have made it back to my tent in one piece. Yay. I would describe that adventure as being satisfyingly sketchy. It was a bit more than I bargained for, but I really wanted to explore that peak, and I did, and I'm glad I made it back safely. I didn't really end up making it to the ridge on the other side. I went up the ledge a little bit of the way on my way back, but I think checking out that ridge would be a really fun adventure another time. I've really enjoyed my time here at Castle Mountains National Monument, and I'm really glad I came here to check out this obscure little area.